A huge airstrip was discovered on the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, and there are traces of pyramids. Until now, at least 11,000 years. What secret do these suspicious deep-sea relics actually contain? Do prehistoric civilizations really exist? In August 2018, archaeologist Mike noticed from Google Maps, on the seabed, near a small island 80 kilometers off the west coast of Costa Rica, there is a stereoscopic structure underwater. This giant structure lied in 1830 meters depth in the seabed, length up to 150 kilometers, width is about 8 kilometers. The airstrip structure is very similar to the structure of a modern airport, just overall larger than a modern airport. That's coincided. One day in 1987, there is a Japanese person named Kiyokiro in near Nagumi Island, the west pole point of Japan, unexpectedly discovered a giant rock layer. The rock layer shows the structure like the stair of the pyramid. These structures are so tidiness, are similar to the cut by human. This rock contains a huge polygonal foundation. On the airstrip, straight buildings with stairs and domes are also found. The whole work is about 2 meters long from east to west. The width is 140 m from north to south. The highest place is about 26 meters. Can be seen via the archaeologist's simulated 3D model. It is very similar to the vestiges of churches and temples of ancient civilizations. So the University of Ryukyu in Japan established an archaeological investigation team and began to survey this geomorphology. They think that this geomorphology may have a history of nearly tens of thousand years, but 10,000 years ago mankind was still in the Stone Age and could not have built a structure of this scale. It should be noted that the earliest tower construction in Egypt does not exceed 4,600 years. So is it born naturally by the activity of the Earth's crust? We know that the movement of the Earth's crust is caused by internal causes that cause the materials that make up the Earth to move mechanically. This movement of the Earth's inner crust may have spurred the growth and extinction of the continent's undersea oceans, forming a series of giant mountain ranges and giant circular depressions, island arc, trench. But after comparing, scientists realize that these magical structures under the sea have rules. It's different from the natural formation as the movement of crust, like some people create. In fact, the things that humans have discovered about ancient civilizations are more than this. For example, Jericho's ruins has the 3,000 years of history. There was someone who lived from 10,000 years ago in Ur and Babylon ruins. The rest can be traced back to the end of the 3rd millennium BC, and the ruins of Mohenjo-Daro is one of the oldest ancient cities of human, was built in 2600 BC. It has about 5,000 years history. In these ancient monuments, human always found out the same marks, such as elaborate rituals of worship, a similar planetary map, this amazingly large building, and mysterious totem figurines, other cryptic hieroglyphs. And in all of these, it seems to be compatible with Atlantis civilization. Atlantean civilization described earliest appears in the book of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. Legend has it that this is an ancient land country with a highly developed civilization. They have their own script and language, not only owned high science and technology, but also invented flying train, that it was influenced by an earthquake in 10,000 BC and was destroyed by a sudden tsunami. So are the undersea relics in the Pacific Ocean really related to the Atlantis civilization? Our earliest civilization is the Mesopotamia civilization. In the 4 great ancient civilizations, earliest comes from Babylon. The origin of Babylon is Mesopotamia, so the Mesopotamia civilization is called Babylon civilization. So far has more than 6,000 years of history. So is there any other civilization before? Based on Maya, humans have experienced 4 prehistoric civilizations. The first one is Gandhar civilization, appeared from 300 million years ago. According to legend, people at that time were about 2.1 meters tall. The man with an emerald third eye can predict the future, and a woman's uterus can be connected with the spirits. Pregnancy requires the spirit's permission, so Gandhar civilization is also called superpower civilization. The second civilization is Mesopotamian. This civilization is also derived from Mayan myths and legends. It is the successor of Gandhar civilization, but their superpower has disappeared. Created many delicious dishes, henceforth called culinary civilization. Destroy the sky by reversing the Earth's magnetic field. The third is Mauryan civilizations. After the destruction of the Mesopotamian civilization, the number of people who luckily survived created the civilization. At this time, man has invented a machine that can use plant energy to maximize the release of bioenergy. Legend has it that the disappearance of the Maurya civilization may have been caused by the sinking of the continent, and the fourth is Atlantis civilization. These 4 civilizations have one general point, are all derived from ancient Mayan and Greek myths and legends. Have any proofs to prove the existence of these civilizations? The truth is there is no proof, although mankind has found many traces of ancient civilization, but the period of time of these vestiges has been much longer, with the force of nature. Even if there are traces of ancient civilizations, they are eroded by nature. Actually, human civilization developed to this height. If someday, nature get angry and punish human, for example, tsunami, earthquake, volcano eruption, these disasters fall down human So how will humans? The traces of humans finally will be buried, precisely because of these unspecified factors. This makes any scholar trying to find out the truth about an ancient civilization trapped in doubts and assumptions. Wait for the appearance of next guesses.